Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, so some stuff is about to go down. It sucks. But if you've been paying attention, you will know that I have a new channel. It's literally called Three Peens in a Pod. And so with the stuff with monetization, it really is getting ridiculous. And so what I'm being forced to do is I will be uploading probably my own stuff. I'm hoping to do some recording and stuff like that, hoping to get some of that, but I don't know. Uh-oh, dropping network frames. What's happening? Hold on here. Man, let me sleep. Okay, hold on. This should be fixing it. There we go. That should be good. Okay. So, it'd be 3:14 in the morning. Well, it's not my fault you're up. Anyways, I don't know how many people are going to see this. I'm also going to be putting it out in a community post. But all the videos of Mark and the other guys are no longer going to be on my channel. I mean, they will be on my channel, but not on the main channel. So I created a dedicated channel just to that stuff. The last video is currently uploading because I can't get the monetization stuff figured out. I know some people are like, oh, you shouldn't be able to monetize off of other people's stuff. Yes and no. There are some rules to that, and it's kind of a gray area. Yeah, I had a feeling it would catch up at some point and something would go wrong. But essentially, even if I were to get monetized, there was literally the company was called Superbam Incorporated, and their title was, I think, Markiplier, Twitch DRM, and YouTube DRM. Copyrighted every single one of the videos that had Mark in it. So even if I had got monetized, none of those would make money for me anyways. So I'm moving them all over to another channel. Have already done so. It's very it sucks. Here, let me search it up here. Okay, where's the channel? Here. Yeah, so the channel is literally called Three Peens in a Pod. So, yeah. So yeah, definitely stuff gonna change. No longer gonna have those videos on my channel. They're gonna be on the other channel. Should be able to share my screen here in a second. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think that came out on March 4th. Yeah, I didn't put any videos out last week, I don't think. I didn't have time. Going through the second to last week of school is crazy. So here is display here. That's not it. I don't know why it always does that. Okay. So yeah, here is all the stuff that's on my main channel. This is all my stuff. So the OBS and all the tutorials are going to stay. But you can see pretty much every single one is copyrighted. Yeah, see Markiplier, YouTube DRM. So, yeah. That's what's happening. Don't mind the text message. Yeah. So, yeah. It's, hasn't been good. So, moving over to the other channel here. Yeah, so we already have 400 subs. That's just amazing. Okay, so yeah, this is all the videos. All of them here, including the normal ones. At some point, either, well, I guess this morning, later today, I will be posting all of these either Monday or Tuesday. So Monday being today, but in the morning, something like that. I'm not sure yet, because tomorrow is finals day. Well, the next couple of days are. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have. But yeah, I'm hoping that everything will just work. I don't think I'm going to put a description. I think I'm just going to get rid of all the descriptions and just have the, because it's basically just for entertainment. And to be perfectly honest, where is it? Is the Uno one on here? Did I not upload the Uno one? I sure did not. So the Uno gameplay. Yeah, this one here. This one, I actually regularly go back and just listen to this while I'm doing school or something. So that's kind of cool. So I'm definitely, like, all the stuff I'm keeping, I'm just putting it on another channel. So you're going to have to go to that one, which sucks, I know, but that's just how it is. I'm going to be posting, hopefully, maybe some gaming videos, some, hopefully doing possibly some vlogs, who knows. But yeah, I don't have a very nice camera. I just have my phone, which is, I guess, a okay camera, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I honestly don't have a whole lot of time right now. I'm gonna try and continue live streaming. I'm aiming to try and do one every week, at least one. I would like to do at least 2 or 3, but I just don't know if I have the time for it. Because the thing is, I don't just want to stream for, you know, an hour, right? Or like 40 minutes or something. I want to stream for like 2 or 3 hours. I want to stream for a decent amount of time. But with school and then also getting a job sometime soon. Also, side note, it is actually exactly my birthday today. Which is cool. So yeah, I just turned 18, so that's good, I guess. But I'm moving out to an external building on our property, and kind of making sort of a studio, but nice. Pretzels, peanut butter pretzels. Hello, Tyler. How are you? Yes, they're in the background. My room's a mess right now. I'm happy birthday. Thank you. My room's a mess right now because I'm kind of preparing everything to go out in the shed. I call it a shed. It used to be a shed, but now it's actually like an insulated building. So not really a shed anymore. People are like, why are you moving into a shed? I'm like, it's not really a shed. It just used to be our shed and we insulated and everything. Bad birthday. Huh? Okay. Thank you, Tyler. Anyways, so yeah, all of the stuff's moving to the other channel. It's going to be deleted permanently off of the main. Make me mod? No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. I do not trust you, Tyler. No offense to you, but I don't. And for your birthday. I don't think that's how that works. Anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to inform you. Like I said, I'll be making a community post because not everyone comes to the live stream. Make me super duper mod so I can ban Tyler. Who is that? Is that like Brayton or something? Leaf alike? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Whatever. Anyways, that's funny actually. This stream has peaked higher than any other stream. That's interesting. Probably from the title. No, it's Caden. Of course it's Caden. Yeah, you're not going to get me with that one. So, why is it the actual like serious stream you guys come in and do this? The one serious stream that I do that is talking about serious matters. So weird. Anyway. So yeah, over because currently we have to push out a wall in the shed. I keep calling it shed. Anyways, just call it the shed. Push out a wall, and we have to raise the floor and level the floor in that area. Put down new carpet, put new walls up. We're rewiring or putting a bunch of plugs in, and then in-ceiling speakers and stuff like that. The nice thing is I'll have a brand new desk, so I can start from scratch, cable manage everything properly, because there's like cables running up and down this wall. It is a nightmare, and I hate the way it looks. I really do. Because it's gotten closer and closer to me moving out there, I'm like, I'm not even going to bother trying to cable manage it now because I'm just going to have to take it apart anyway. Oh my God. Why? Why do you guys come in and do this to me on an actual serious stream? Anyways. But yeah, we're putting kind of a sound system in. And all that. I mean, sound system is already done. A lot of the other stuff is paid for, but the desk will be nice. It'll be a nice sit-stand desk. And then I think it's going to be 70 or 80 inches wide, which is substantially bigger than what I have now, plus 30 inches deep, which will be also really nice. Tyler, I swear. I'm gonna ban Tyler for being a big jerk face. Well, I'm thinking about banning him. There. Calm you down for a minute. Anyways, I swear this stream is getting more concurrent viewers than anything else. How is that even possible? It's probably because of Devin, Caden, and Tyler, if Devin's even in here. Is that your other account? You send one more message like that, and I will put you in timeout. Good. Okay, well, I guess I will create the community post. Apparently there's a few other things I'm not done uploading, but when I post all of them, they will all be up and posted. Might end up doing a live stream of that, just kind of a farewell. But you're not banned, you're just in timeout. So I'll probably continue with the tutorials and stuff like that. You can't contain me. How many accounts do you have? It's literally 2 clicks for me. If you put any more of that crap in my chat, I am banning you for 300 seconds. Ugh. Is gonna be on the channel. That is obviously a bait towards something. I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure that's clearly a bait. Who the heck is Howard? That's obviously a bait towards something, isn't it? You're just gonna keep making Google accounts? Yeah, you're hidden from here forever. I have the power here, not you. Wow. Yeah, I told you it was a bait. I'm not stupid. No. No, I will not do that. I don't even know what that song is. I might know it if I heard it, but I don't know the title. Tyler, I swear, if you're making another Google account, you won't like what happens. Why not? You're not a very good request streamer. First of all, because none of the stuff's plugged in to do that. I'm going to... Oh, my God. That's if I'm already playing bass and taking active requests. That's what that means. Not I just suddenly go grab a bass out of wherever it is and play it. That's not how it works. Maybe in the future, if I did music stuff, who knows? But not really set up to do that right now. Not really in a great spot to be doing that. I actually wasn't even planning on streaming this long. Already been, what, 22 minutes? No, the customer is not always right. That is not true at all, actually. My dad would tell you. He has a lot of customers. And the customer is not always right. When it comes to opinions about the way something looks, maybe. But when it comes to structural stuff or the way something should be put together, normally, unless they actually know what they're talking about, they're not right. Because they'll be like, the contractor will be like, yeah, but you can't do that because that won't work. I don't know what that song is either. Hey, I don't listen to a whole lot of music, okay? I know you've been unbanned. Stop sending that. Or I will time out you for another 600 seconds. Don't push me. Correction, the customer is always right. No, that's not true. I was testing. Okay. Well, don't do any more of that. Oh, that's messed up. Doctor, what do you want to be if you grow up? Kid. If. Doctor, what? That's messed up. That's what they say to the Make-A-Wish kids. Now that's messed up. Okay, bye. Syringe and a microscope. Hello, Chloe. If that's what that is. the heck is that? Check this out. I want to know what this is. I don't like whatever that is.
The day starts normally enough. You give your pet some food and water. But later,
This is popped up on my
in your
recommended.
pet's water dish, you find this. A hairworm.
Request streamer who doesn't take requests.
It didn't get here on its own.
That is gross looking.
It came out of a little cricket. Don't believe me? Okay. These hairworms are gnarly parasites. They actually control a cricket's mind to get to their home, the water.
Gross.
The hairworm's journey starts innocently enough in a river as an egg. One of many in this long string. The eggs grow into squiggly larvae, which get eaten by a mayfly larva that also lives in the river. And inside the mayfly is exactly where the hairworm needs to be. The hairworm uses this pointy part to burrow into the mayfly's flesh. Then it
Weird.
curls up and waits. Because really, it's not after a mayfly, it's after a cricket. So it sits tight, while the mayfly larva turns into an adult and heads to dry land, where it just might get eaten by a cricket that has no idea what it's in for.
Ew, yeah, I know. It's
Inside
gross.
the cricket, the hairworm goes at it, eating
kinda
all the
fascinating, though.
cricket's stored up fat for about a month.
Gross.
The cricket loses its chirp. But the hairworm doesn't kill the cricket because the worm needs a lift back to the water.
That is messed up,
Crickets
man.
usually avoid bodies of water. They're not great swimmers.
Yeah, I know.
So the worm takes over, boosting chemicals in the cricket's brain, which make the cricket walk around mindlessly until it happens to reach water. Scientists in France watch this infected cricket make a beeline for the pool. The hairworm makes a break for it.
Look at that.
Still going. That's just,
How was all of that in there?
But don't worry. They don't target humans. Ready for more? This one at the University of New Mexico has a whole lot of hairworms inside it.
How do
They
they
don't
even
waste
fit
any
in there?
time curling around each other to mate, even before they're fully outside the cricket.
I finally catch a live stream and it's at the most horrifying part. I know. This has popped up on my recommended and I had to see what it was. That is
But it's
terrifying.
more than a gruesome spectacle
Oh my
of nature.
god.
Learning about these hairworms could help scientists understand parasites like toxoplasma that make us very sick.
I don't understand how
As
all
for the
that's inside the
crickets,
cricket.
don't feel bad. If they don't drown, most of them survive their ordeal.
How?
At least that's what scientists have seen in the lab. They go back to being crickets and hopefully
I hate
stay
it. Oh
on
my
dry
God.
land.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Lauren. Who's hungry for more after that? We'd love to make more videos. of
No,
amazing-
I'm not hungry at all. No, I'm not hungry at all. Ugh. Gross. No. Is there a way to... hold on. I'm gonna. Is there a way to like freeze? Can I do that? Wow, I'm really glad I'm not a cricket. No kidding. Oh.
Subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for the subscription. Very much appreciated. Okay. Let me just change it here. Let's see what else is fun. That is not what I want. Anything else look interesting? Ow! Okay, that was rude. My foot just decided to cramp up. I don't know. The new Ford Bronco Raptor is... The new Ford Bronco is weird looking. I don't know if I like the way that looks. It's weird. Why do plugs have holes? Interesting. Oh, what? Da Bomb is like a super hot hot sauce. That sounds awful. That looks gross. Here, let's watch it.
Today you'll find out what a cut bone, a marijuana flower and a splinter look like under a microscope when under a person's skin.
Why? Why?
Almost all humans have legs.
Yeah,
And almost
hopefully.
everyone has sparsely or densely haired legs. And do you know how hairs grow through the skin? They don't always grow straight through the skin like that. First they sprout under the topmost layer of the skin, and then bend into a smaller circle. And now, right in front of your eyes, we're going to take a sewing needle and try to release this undeveloped hair from the skin. Carefully like this. Just try not to make a hole in your leg.
Yeah, it's an
And
ingrown
this
hair.
is where a new hair is born. It's a tiny little hair.
Yeah.
Soon it will straighten out and eventually become a long hair, and join the rank act any tissue. So that's how they travel around our body, put up resistance to any invaders, and you don't even know
Interesting.
about it. There's an entire
Huh. That's cool. Treating lump jaw. Oh, that looks awful. Look at this down here. Ugh. Not for the squeamish. Ugh. No, thank you. I'm not normally that squeamish, but that is gross. Needle into human skin. I don't like needles. I just like cringed hardcore from that. That's a funny video. Sex hormones. Why is that on my recommended? I don't know. Oh, the poor cow. Ouch. How I play with my one-handed PlayStation controller. That's cool. Whoa. That's actually really cool. So wait, like the bottom controls it? Huh. The needle was way more tolerable than the worm for me. Yeah, that's true. The needle was like, you know, gross, but the worm was like creepy. Oh. Have you seen this? This is a cool video.
This lens costs $200,000. It can see objects.
Oh my gosh. I don't like watching cow and horses nails get clipped. It feels like nails on chalkboard. So I've actually the Hoof GP, he's a cool one. A lot of his videos are with infected hooves and stuff like that. So they got a lot of pus and stuff in them, which is gross. Some of them are more gross than others, but sometimes it's satisfying too. He actually found a whole tooth, like an entire cow molar, impacted into a cow's hoof. But essentially, I mean, if you've seen a grinder, like an angle grinder that has a wood shaver disc on it, I don't know exactly what it's called, but essentially it's for shaving wood instead of normal metal grinding. And so they use that, and so he uses that to get a lot of the bulk stuff off, and then uses those. It's a certain kind of knife, and then he just hooks it in and just pulls a lot of it out. Sorry, I'm like having problems breathing. But he kind of hooks it in there and grabs it and pulls it out and just trims it. And it honestly, it looks pretty satisfying to me because it doesn't seem like rough or like scratchy or anything. Okay, let's go back to this.
This lens costs $200,000.
Oh
You
my
can see
God.
objects that are kilometers away. You are looking at one of the most expensive camera setups in the world.
That's insane.
Have you ever wondered why TV production companies still use very big and expensive cameras?
Okay, that actually sounds pretty cool, not gonna lie, but I will be cringing if I watch it. Oh, yeah. That I was like, I thought you were talking about the camera. I was
why
like,
can't
what?
they just use DSLRs with zoom lenses that can shoot 4K in high quality? They're not expensive, they're lightweight.
Not expensive. Well, yeah, in comparison to $200,000, that's still
Actually,
really
there are a few
expensive.
reasons why we can't really use these type of cameras in a broadcast environment, and this is exactly what we're going to see today. When you see that big beefy setup that weighs 152 pounds at a retail cost of $250,000,
$250,000
you have
right
to know
there.
that the camera itself is actually quite small, because most of the cost and weight come from the accessories that surround
that
it. The first one
Blackmagic
being the
camera right
lens,
there?
which can be much bigger than the camera itself. And in the setup you're seeing, the
$212,000.
lens costs 70 times more than the camera.
Oh my God.
The main concern about shooting a live performance is that you don't always have that much choice over camera placements. In a football match or a concert, for instance, you can't really put your camera right in front of the player for your medium shot, right? Therefore, it's rather common to have cameras far away from the action. So you need a lens that has a long focal length to reach far away.
Look how big that is. Really? I thought the whole thing was camera. No, that is just the lens. No No, we can have twice that range when we turn on the built-in X2 extender. Wow.
In addition to this, operators often need to zoom in and out quickly, so you do need to have a very big focal range as well, without having to switch to another lens right in the middle of the action. Oh,
True.
and when you zoom in and out, the last thing you want is losing your focus all the time, so the lens has to be parfocal, which means that it will always keep the subject in focus when you zoom all the way in and out.
That is so cool.
Also, when you are doing a tight shot, you
Look how
can't really touch the lens directly to change your focus, because at a long focal length, the slightest tap would strongly affect image stability. Thus, the lens needs to have remote control motorized aperture, zoom and focus controls. The zoom mechanism has to support extremely fast zooms to check focus, as well as very slow movement for subtle emotional moments. Finally, there are many situations where lighting conditions aren't ideal, so the lens has to have a big aperture. In a nutshell, a broadcast lens must have a long focal length, variable zoom with a big focal range, a big aperture, parfocal capability, image stabilization, and motorized controls with high precision. You can find plenty of photo or even cine lenses that offer a few of these features, but none of them offer all of the features at once in one single lens, and because it's very hard to make. For instance, the UA107 box lens from Fujinon can zoom from 8.6mm to a whopping 1800mm with its built-in extender, with a maximum f-stop of f1.7, which is pretty nice.
F1.7
now, most
is
broadcast
huge.
cameras use 2/3" sensors, which I think have a crop factor of 3.93, so the full-frame equivalent lens would be a 33 to 7020mm, which is huge.
Wow.
Now with a simple formula, we can see that at 900mm focal length, a max aperture of f4.5 will give us a required optical diameter of 200mm, which is why the box is so big. Add in all the electronics, the motorized servos, the extremely high quality glass elements, the housing, and yes, you end up with a very big and expensive lens.
Oh my gosh, that is...
When you add up the camera, the lens and the accessories, the total weight can quickly build up, reaching over 100 pounds. So you do need a very heavy tripod to support that weight. Also, you want your total setup to be very sturdy, since you definitely don't want to see that camera setup tip over and crash. So the tripod base has to be very solid. Besides, the build quality of the fluid head on top is very important, since it has to dampen and absorb every small vibration or
Okay, so a fluid head, for those that don't know what a fluid head is, if you've ever seen a normal tripod to where you can move it with one arm, or with one handle, you know, move it up and down and then left and right and so forth. So it works the same way with a fluid head. However, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it uses a type of hydraulic fluid or something that's sort of viscous that dampens any sort of small movements. So imagine, let's see. Imagine you're trying to push water through some super tiny holes. And the harder you push, it does go a little faster, but it's not by much. Imagine that. But with this, you push harder and it has more resistance, but it does move a little faster, but it dampens a lot of that stuff. It's kind of like the actual shock part of a strut in a vehicle. It dampens all that, which is really good, especially when you're zooming in super far, because one tiny little bump moves the whole image.
accidental jerk from the operator, especially when you are zoomed in all the way.
Yep.
The more you zoom in, the more an external tap will have an impact on the image stability. And in extremely tight shots, a jitter can actually be triggered by just a heartbeat. More
Yeah.
weight means more stability overall, so this is why tripods used in broadcast are so bulky overall. Finally, operators
that
need
makes
to be
sense. That's
able
actually
to
cool. I
adjust
never
the
knew that. Yeah.
dampening and braking level very precisely, depending on the type of shot. So all of this technology
didn't know
does
that.
come at a cost.
It's got variable dampening.
Another important
that's
feature of a broadcast camera is its monitor. Since the camera operator is also the focus puller, the small camera monitor is definitely not enough. He has to have a clear view of the image on a big and accurate screen that can easily be tilted. This type of screen also has quick access controls to set settings like focus peaking, contrast and saturation, for instance. There is also an LED indicator that is called the tally that turns green when the director is about to take the shot and red when the current shot is actually on air, which tells the operator to be very careful.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, it's very important.
I always wondered
not
how they
to
could
touch
zoom
the
in so
lens
far and
to
be so
adjust
stable. Yeah.
focus, zoom, or aperture. Therefore, the lens needs to be operated by highly precise aperture, zoom, and focus motors that are controlled by remote handles. For convenience, these remotes are attached to the two tripod handles for permanent access throughout the shoot. These are called zoom and focus demand and are pretty much the broadcast equivalent of the wireless follow focus systems used in the cinema industry. Finally, I didn't mention the camera itself, which is pretty small in comparison to the rest of the setup, but it is still bigger
pretty
than
sure
a
that's Blackmagic,
DSLR
yep.
or a consumer camera. So again, is this really necessary? Well, these kind of cameras do have features that are not present on consumer cameras, such as multiple buttons for quick access to settings instead of having to dive through the menus,
And look at all the
internal
ports.
ND filters which allow you to have better control over exposure outdoors.
Oh, that's cool.
It has an internal camera control unit, or
really cool.
CCU, which empowers a remote operator to do live color corrections directly into the camera,
Can
as well as
change
a
the f-stop
special
there.
fiber optic transmission module so that all of the image signal and power travels into the same rugged cable for convenience. Implementing all of these features does take up some space, of course, and it's actually a good thing because in that way you can use the camera on its own on your shoulder with good stability. So this is another feature that these cameras have. So, loads of things have been said here, but it all comes down to one thing that you have to remember. In traditional video, it's the environment that adapts to the camera, which means that you can redo takes, you can
Yeah.
switch lenses,
Bless
you
you,
can
thank
move
you.
the camera wherever you want. In broadcast, it's the opposite. It's really the camera that has to adapt to the environment all the times. So you have just one shot and you really need to maximize efficiency to capture as much action as possible. So it's this one-size-fits-all approach which makes these broadcast cameras very big and expensive. This huge box lens setup isn't the only broadcast configuration available. You can also use the camera on its own with much shorter range lenses. Of course, they also make
That right there. That is a really cool arm. I actually saw one where a guy had like this post here, but he could like extend it and stuff with this arm. It was so cool and allowed him to get some really cool shots.
lenses that have a price tag much closer to this 3000 Ursa broadcast from Blackmagic Design. It's a camera that I personally have and I use on a regular basis. I want you to know that I was not paid by any brand to make this video. It's really out of my personal initiative, but I did ask Blackmagic Design to lend me most of the gear that you can see at the back there. So I would really like to thank them for accepting my request and making this video possible. Also, I did pay for a complete rental of the lens and tripod at a company called Video Plus France. So this video overall wasn't very cheap to make. I really hoped you liked it. And if I said something inaccurate, please correct me in the comments. I'd be really happy to read you to just have your thoughts on the video anyways. So in any case, thank you very much for
That is so much money. Yeah, I actually saw something like that. I think I've seen a guy actually run with it and the camera was just sitting in midair, but it might have been a different arm. Yeah, they do that. They stabilize. So if he runs or anything like that, then it just basically like stays right there. I'm about to sneeze again. Ugh. Ugh, good Lord. That would be so freaking fun to work with. Okay, so just as an example, I believe. Hold on, let me actually look at this camera before I decide to speak out my butt. Oh, there's a G2. Here, let's go with this one. 2/3 inch sensor size. Is that legitimately what that is? Why is this? Oh, okay. Dynamic range, 13 stops. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's got H.265 and stuff. Yeah, 4K up to 60 frames from Ultra HD window or scaled from 5.3K windowed sensor. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so an H.264, because H.264 is such a... It's not a great codec anymore. It's just not very good for high-end stuff like that. So H.265 is good. And then ProRes is also a widely used one. So they're just like, they're compressed in a different way so they retain more information. Oop, I did not see. The camera is kind of worth the high cost. Well, yeah, when you take a TV show or a broadcast place that's making tens of millions of dollars easily, or like sports or something like that, that's like nothing to them. Sorry for all the sniffling, by the way. But yeah, I mean, there really is, because the camera and the tripod and everything, that's fairly normal stuff that you would use. Say like Linus Tech Tips, okay? They use 8K red weapon cameras. And that's just ridiculous. And then they also bought 5 12K Blackmagic cameras. Let's see, actually. Let's go to their site. Let's yeah, Mini Ursa Mini Pro 12K. Wait, there's a mini one? Wait, what? Yeah, oh wait, because yeah, they don't sell their own stuff, do they? Okay. This is a nice camera here. Just a casual $2,400. I honestly, from what I've heard, they're not great for everything. But like a Sony or a, yeah, Sony's a good camera maker. Oh, Studio. Oh, what the heck? That's weird. Okay, let's go by. Let's just search up a 12K camera. Oh, it is a Mini Pro. Yeah, just as an example. Okay, this camera is only $6,000. Okay. 8K to 120 frames per second. What? It can do 12K at 60. Oh my gosh. That's almost my rent for 3 months for one camera. Yeah. Up to an 80 megapixel picture per frame. Say 30 times a second. 80 megapixels a second. Wow. Yeah, that's it there. Raw 12-bit. The raw recording. 578 megabytes a second. Up to. That is so much bit rate. Oh my God. 578 megabytes a second. Okay. The bit rate in that. Just take that into example. Wow, I thought 8K was extreme. Still thinking well, 8K is ridiculous. 12K is even more ridiculous. The only reason I think it should be necessary is for being able to crop in. Okay. You could crop in so far and still have true 4K. You know, digitally. So like LTT as an example, they crop in sometimes instead of zooming in because they took a wider shot, and because they have 8K or 12K, they can crop in and still have a lot of resolution. So that is absolutely ridiculous. 578 megabytes a second. I don't know if that's like impactful to you guys at all, but just imagine. Okay, here, let's bring up the calculator. Okay, let's go to data. Okay, so there is, let's say in a 4 terabyte, you have 4 million megabytes, right? So 4 million divided by, or no, yeah, 4 million megabytes divided by 578. That'd be that many seconds. By 60. It'd be that many minutes. Oh my God. My 4 terabyte SSD in my computer would approximately be filled up in 115 minutes. Oh my God. 115 minutes or 1.9 hours of recording would fill up a 4 terabyte SSD. And the thing is, you would have to go SSD because a hard drive, it can't write that fast. Obviously, no one would probably ever use that. Yeah, I know. Isn't that ridiculous? No one would probably ever use that, however. But that's what it can go up to. What in the world? I mean, yeah, 4K requires a lot, but yeah, with it being that massive. Wow. That's crazy. And just for that, let's say an 8K red camera. There you go. Just a casual $54,000. I believe this is the same one too. Go away. Isn't that ridiculous? Just get a 1,000 terabytes, then you say, yeah. See, the problem though is to be able to get that. I mean, now there's 20 terabyte drives, 20 terabyte hard drives, but you would have to have enough in a striped RAID configuration for it to write that fast, because normally the maximum writing speed is anywhere from, well, depending on the file size, but say the maximum is around 200 megabytes a second, just around there. That's nowhere near enough. You would need like, I would say 4 or 5 drives to properly keep up with that. And that's not including parity. Yeah, just 54,000. Oh, by the way, that's not including the lens. That's not including any of the docks. I'm getting a car with that money. Dude, I could buy the car that I want to have. Not a dream car necessarily, but the car that would be the best for me, which is a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid Limited, and still have like $13,000 left over. This one little itty bitty package. And I believe Linus Tech Tips paid over $100,000 for either 1 or 2. I don't remember. But yeah, that doesn't include any of the extra stuff. This is it. That's just basically the sensor. There's nothing else on there. Yeah, this stuff here, those are like pins and stuff for other things. What is that? A high-speed variable frame rate camera with remote up to 360 frames per second for $100,000? What? Oh my gosh. Whoa. I could have my BRZ and completely upgrade it how I want. Yeah. Well, for a business, that's pocket change. Yeah, I mean, for Linus Tech Tips, that's still a lot of money. Like, yeah, it's a pretty big business, and they run multiple channels, but still, that's still a lot of money. Okay, I want to know. I wonder if a Phantom camera's in here. Flex 4K. No. Okay, I'm gonna search this up. Here we go. So the Phantom Flex 4K can record 4K at 1,000 frames a second. I want to know how much this costs. Okay, cool. There's no image. What the? Oh, they're just loading. Yeah, that's it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, so the RAM, it records to RAM. 64 or 128 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, 938 frames per second. Oh, that's at here, I'm going to turn off my camera for a second. That's at true 4K. So true 4K is actually slightly wider. Actually, what the heck is that vertical resolution? That's weird. Yeah, so 4K by 2160 is exactly 1,000. Yeah, that makes sense. But what's the price? Oh my god. 1080p up to 2000. That one will only set you back about $110,000. Oh my god. $110,000. How? Oh my good lord. Okay, and what about the Phantom V2511? I believe is what it is. Oh, there's a 2512. Oh, that's the newer one. You can buy a Lamborghini with that kind of cash. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, this one, yeah, the V2512, up to 288 gigabytes of RAM. Good Lord. An 8 terabyte CMag. Yeah, it better be. So the CineMag is the actual storage of the camera. Yeah, so these are the different frame rates. So at 720p, it can do 28,500 frames per second. At this resolution, 256 pixels tall or wide and 32 pixels tall, it can do 1,000,000 frames a second. Wow. That is crazy. Okay, I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom. I will be right back.
Thomas Sperling subscribed to the channel.
Hello, I'm back. Damn, for real, damn, my god. So we still looking for Nate. Okay, can you imagine buying that $110,000 camera trying to use the fixing for? So I probably wouldn't want to do that. So this camera, or the other camera specifically, is pretty much only good for high speed. Really not designed for anything else. Hello, is he gonna be the first? If I was a millionaire, I would totally buy him that camera, make him use it as a face cam. He would need a whole new rack of drives for a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, I have what, 32 terabytes in the NAS in our house, but even that is really not that much for all of that. I mean, the slow-mo guys, they had one video they took, a single file from one camera where they were recording directly to the Cinemag. That was like 280 gigabytes, one video file. That's massive. That's huge for a video file. That's crazy. Anyway, so if you weren't here at the beginning, essentially what's happening is all of the videos are getting deleted off my channel, my current channel, all of the 3 Beans in a Pod and stuff like that. So I'm going to continue streaming and hopefully posting some other, I'm hoping to maybe edit some of my own YouTube videos and make some fun stuff out of it. I would like to, I really would like to. To edit a video takes hours, and I just haven't had hours to do that. So, I'm hopefully going to try and stream every week. I would love to do 2 or 3 times a week. And the whole reason why I haven't done a schedule is because while I'm still doing school, hopefully over summer break, however, I should be able to do some of that. I literally just went to the beginning of the stream and saw you made a new channel. Yeah. So anyways, what was I talking about? Hopefully during the summer I should be able to do that. Plus I'll be in my new shed, which will be kind of cool. My new room. I'm hoping to play at least once a week with Tristan, PKPO2. Because it's kind of my one dedicated night, I guess, to play games with him, since he works a lot of the time. But essentially what happened was I made another account specifically for just the normal Twitch streams that were not multi-streams, because I was thinking with the monetization issue, hey, maybe it's just those, because I wasn't having an issue until more of those came up. I got monetized clear back in March for just the multi-streams, and now suddenly they won't monetize me just for the multi-streams again. How dumb is that? Anyways, I created a new channel, and currently there are a couple more videos that are uploading to that channel. And then once everything, all the podcast stuff from this channel is uploaded to that channel, what I'm probably going to do is do a live stream and just live stream myself kind of putting everything there, deleting everything, stuff like that, kind of make it sort of a big deal. But essentially all you go over there, subscribe to that. I'm probably not going to be able to get monetized on there. If I happen to get monetized on that channel, I'm going to have no words, because that won't make any sense to me. But I'm definitely glad you all are here. Like, this has been super fun. It's going to continue being fun. Just, I won't be posting them on this channel. I will still be posting them, hopefully. No. The multi-streams, they're staying. Just not on this channel. They will still be available on YouTube. You can still watch them. So, here, let me grab the link here. I'm not even subscribed to that channel. What am I doing? didn't even subscribe to that channel. Okay. This link here. There you go. That is the link to the other channel. Go subscribe to that. That'd be cool. Because that's where all the stuff is going to be. Oh, I peaked at 9 viewers. Dang. So that's where all that's going to be. Yeah. If you have any questions, DM me on Twitter. It's much easier for me to actually talk to you individually. If you have Twitter, here I can. I wonder if I can open that up and send a link to my profile. I think I can. This account. Oh, yeah, because duh. That worried me for a second. Should just be this, right? That's my Twitter. So direct message me on there. If you have any questions, I usually respond pretty quickly. I usually always have my phone on me and stuff, so I'll see it. But I try and answer as many questions. If it gets too much, I obviously can't answer everything, but I will try my best. But my plan is to hopefully continue with the my plan is to put all of the single streams, the single Twitch streams, continue putting those out once a week. I kind of edit those in batches so I can get a bunch out and then not do it for a little bit. So I do it in batches. And so what I'll have to end up doing is I'm going to try and do as many mega compilations as I can. The problem is they don't have a ton of stuff that they really played through multiple streams. So obviously Uno was a big one. Hand Simulator was another one. But GTFO will most likely be one. I did do Phasmophobia, right? I did that. Hold on, let me check. What the? Yeah, I did that. Okay, all right. Yeah, I just saw. Okay. Yeah, so all the multi-streams will be moved over. So that'll be cool. But my plan is to, like I said, continue with these normal live streams, and that's hopefully move to, well, not move, but also do edited stuff as well. Since I personally like, it's funny that I'm live streaming, but I personally like edited stuff. I think it's more enjoyable to watch. Now obviously the enjoyment of a live stream is you can interact, right? So you can talk to viewers, and you being the viewer can talk to me. But through the edited stuff, especially if it's just a single player game and you don't want to talk with anyone and you just kind of want to play and kind of just commentate, I feel like edited is a better platform for that. Because you can do some fun edits and stuff, and zoom in on the camera and animate some stuff or whatever, which I want to get better at. And I have a better understanding of how DaVinci Resolve works and how to do that stuff. So I've gotten significantly better and faster at editing, which is good. But I would also like to be able to do some shorts or something like that, but I just don't have enough content to really be doing that. But I'd love to do kind of gaming, also some unboxing or like setup or tutorial stuff like that. I'm also into, because I do a bunch of streaming stuff. So OBS I'm super familiar with. I probably wouldn't do a tutorial of DaVinci Resolve just because I really don't know. In comparison to what it can do, I really don't know a whole lot. There's so much stuff that application can do that I don't even use, like the color correction, other than to maybe have a fun effect or something. So a certain, whatever it is, then that would be useful, but I don't need to color correct any sort of film or anything like that. So not film, but like HDR stuff. But anyways, so we'll see. Like I said in the past, I would like to play some multiplayer or some single player stuff, because pretty much the only stuff I play is multiplayer. But I think when I move out to my future room, I think that'll be a little easier. Just because I don't know, because it'll be my own space. I won't have to worry about in the middle of the day when other people are doing school, me talking and interrupting that, because the walls in here are kind of thin, so sound travels pretty easily. So yeah, but moving out there, I think I will be more into doing that. So I don't know if I'm going to edit as much. Like I said, I don't know. I just turned 18 years old today, and I don't really know what the hell I'm going to do. Like, I don't think really any 18-year-old really knows what the hell they're going to do. But I would say the majority don't. But I would still like to keep this as a possible career opportunity. And if I can continue gaining subs from streaming, because now there's not going to be the podcast stuff anymore, then yeah, that'd be awesome. Because I enjoy the online stuff. I enjoy all the technology and, you know, microphones and stuff like that. I enjoy getting to do that and getting to interact with you guys and just talk to you. Like, that's so fun. See, I said it was my birthday. It's been an hour. Don't count that. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Last time I looked there, it was like 22 minutes. Okay, so around the 20-minute mark, I had said it's my birthday, and everyone was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" What kind of pet do you have? Is it a snake? No, it is not a snake. It is a bearded dragon. And he's really cool. He's really cool. Happy birthday. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like today, because it's 1:42 a.m. So the 14th, I turned 18. That's my 18th birthday. That's pretty cool. I'm late to the stream. What changes are happening? Are you still going to upload 3pins? Yes and no. So if you go up to the YouTube link, okay, it's a cool pet. Yeah, he is. He's cool. So if you go to the YouTube link above the Twitter link there, that's my Twitter. If you want to DM me about any questions or anything like that, go ahead and do it. The YouTube link is the other channel that I will have stuff on. So all of the 3pin stuff is going to be deleted off the main channel, because essentially I just got a ton of copyright claims and I can't get monetized because of it, and it's just being a huge pain in my butt. So if I can move it to a completely separate channel, then that pretty much leaves my channel a clean slate to be able to do any of my own stuff and get monetized, hopefully, since that's the goal. I mean, yes, I want to do it for fun and to interact with you guys, but it is time, to be fair. Like, it does sound kind of messed up when you put it that way, but it is time. And then when YouTube puts ads on it or something and you're not monetized, that is kind of messed up, but whatever. That's a whole separate conversation. Dang it. So they're all going to still be available. Don't worry. They're still available. You can still find them. They will be, the channel name is literally called 3 Beans in a Pot. That's what it's called. So, yeah. So in there, I'm just going to have like the 3 sections. So like 3 Beans in a Pot, then multi-streams, and then mega compilations and whatnot. Oh, I didn't upload those either. Huh. I need to do that as well. Well, yeah, you can't do it for free. Well, I have been since December 22nd. I've been doing it for free. And here's the frustrating thing is, see, right now I'm not monetized. And so normally you don't want to do this. I'm only saying this as kind of an example, but from December, YouTube, because they demonetized me right after I got paid that month. So you get paid at the end of the month for the month before. So December 20th, around then, I got paid for November. That's how it works. So December, I made money in December, right? Well, because I was demonetized, they didn't pay me in January. They didn't send it into my AdSense. They still owe me like $3,700. That's how much they owe me. And because I'm not monetized yet, they haven't sent it to me. And so hopefully after all this, next month, when I have to freaking reapply again, I can get remonetized and get that. That'd be nice. And then earn. I'm definitely not going to earn as much as I was until I can get more content out and stuff like that. But I'm hoping donations will be helpful with that. The room's gonna look better than this. That'll be for sure, because this is not the thing I hate. I actually almost thought about investing in a green screen, just because my room's always been a mess and it's so hard to keep it clean. And because the camera pretty much shows my entire, I mean, it doesn't show over there, but it shows the bed, it shows the wall, that, and it's just a big mess, and I hate it. And there's not really a whole lot I can do about it, because I can't really change the layout of the room. So when I move out to the other place, which will hopefully be in a couple weeks, green screens are fun. Yeah, they are fun. They are fun. But here's the issue. To actually get a good quality picture, you need lots of lighting, because sometimes if you have shadow issues, where like you'll get a shadow like down here and down here from the 2 lights coming at you, then you need to have lights that then shine on the green screen, which is a pain. So that's kind of irritating. But then your camera actually needs to be sharp enough and detailed enough to pick out your fine details from the green screen, or else it's going to look not very sharp. So they can be fun, and they can definitely be very versatile, because in theory, I could just take a picture of this entire backdrop, put a green screen behind me, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So, I mean, unless you were looking pretty closely, but you really would not be able to tell the difference. Unless, you know, I turned around or nothing's moving or anything like that, right? But it's easier to just have a background or a blank wall behind you. Yeah. I just have always liked the kind of obviously when your room looks nicer than mine, but I've always liked the look of kind of an open back, so you can kind of, you know, you can like go all the way back here and you don't have to run into anything. You just, yeah. But I've said but so many times. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm looking forward to Am I a green screen? No. Wait, is this a green screen? Am I a green screen? No. So hopefully doing some new stuff, and continuing the live streaming because I do like it and talk to you guys. Honestly, sorry I act stupid. I was like, no, you're fine. You're fine. Trust me, I do kind of the same thing. I really enjoy, even though there's, hold on, let me double check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's only 3 people in chat right now, right? But I've been talking to you and discussing stuff with you without really any, huge breaks or anything. And so that to me is just kind of amazing because I can talk with you. We can ask questions and discuss stuff, and I can look stuff up and have fun. Honestly, I think that this is more enjoyable than playing games sometimes. I don't know what it is about it. Okay, actually, it's bugging me. I'm going to turn the mic to an open mic. Hold on. Okay. There we go. You'll be able to hear my breathing, but it sounds a little more natural now. Here, let me take my pills really quick. Like one of the bigger things I do want to upgrade, if and when this becomes more of an actual kind of good thing to upgrade in, or good thing to invest in. One is to get new lights. I'm currently using 2 Philips Hue bulbs. I was thinking that these platforms help people connect, it's nice to be able to just kind of sit and be with the creator. Yeah. See, that's kind of the thing, is if you imagine you, like this, don't take this the wrong way, but like, I'm just going to take me as an example. Like, I will go into, say, a big streamer's chat. Now, obviously, I'm not a big streamer, not a big creator, anything like that. But you go into some big streamer's chat and they mention your name. You're like, oh, cool, he mentioned my name. It's kind of that feeling like, hey, I actually get to talk with this random person who I get to see. And they talk about stuff. And you can talk with them. And it's like so cool. And it's, all it's completely free. It's super cool. I think both playing a single player game and live streaming is quite relaxing, entertaining, and enjoyable. Yeah. I just don't know what to play. I mean, I don't really have... Yeah, really the only single player game I can think of currently is Forza, but that is not a good stream game at all. Because I played that and I just stopped talking immediately. I just completely stopped talking. It's so annoying. I'm like, oh, hi everyone. How are you? Good Lord, there's a lot of updates. Journey. Rockstar games are up to 70% off right now? Dang. There's already a 2K22. I have Forza. Yeah. You see, it's not really... It's not just because the game... Forza Horizon. What the heck's wrong with me? Forza Horizon 5 looks kind of fun too. Propagation VR. I don't like the way that sounds. Portal Reloaded. Wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's a Portal 2 mod. Okay. Is that a whole separate game? Place a third portal, which allows you to travel between 2 different timelines. Thinking in 4 dimensions is vital to solve 25 brand new mind-bending puzzles. Huh. Whoa. Okay, me and Tristan might actually have to play this. How much is Portal 2? Portal 2 is $10. Okay, I don't go away. Yeah, I know. That is so cool. I just got like shivers. Okay, so okay. Wait, I was your last super chat and no one donated you since. Yeah. Does depend on what game you got monetized. I like playing multiplayer games like COD. Last few months I haven't been playing much because I'm taking an EMT course. It's a lot of studying, but I love being able to help people when they need it most. EMT, emergency medical training, right? Is that what the T stands for? Is training? I'm assuming I'm saying that right. I don't know. Yeah, I got demonetized. I'm just saying I'm down to play Forza with you. Yeah. Honestly, I want to find something that... Because the thing that I don't want to have happen is I don't want to find a game that is so... like engrossing, I guess. So... it requires so much concentration that I just stop talking. Technician, that's right. Emergency medical technician. Or emergency medical technician, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I bet that seems like a whole lot of work. More work than I want to do. I'm just going for my general studies. Okay, I'm gonna have to tell Tristan about this. Yeah, you can actually like... there's 2... what the heck? Okay, here, let me... I'm gonna do this. Okay, look at this. Okay, hold on. Go back. No, go back. Okay, here we go. Well, what the heck? Go... okay. So, normal Portal 2, right? You have the 2 portals. You can go through them and stuff like that. So, you still have the normal 2 portals. Emergency medical technician. A step lower than a paramedic. It's awesome. My mom actually almost became an EMT, but her first real rescue while I was still in training was a bad car wreck and someone was pinned under a car. Ooh, that's not good. Sorry, I'm not trying to ruin the moment, but I was just showing this. So the green portal is like it's like a different dimension of the same room. That is so cool. Huh. So it's just like a mirror. That is so weird. Damn, true heroes at work. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, what the? Whoa. So wait, that controls that? Oh no. That's so weird. Okay, yeah, me and Tristan have got to try this. Oh, is he gonna do that? Whoa. Okay, that is sick. No, do the other one. What the? Okay, you didn't need to do that. That is so freaking cool. Oh, I see. Whoa, what? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that is so cool. Sorry, I'm not reading chat. I've been a firefighter for a little over 10 years and I've seen a lot of scary things. You're good, Trev. I am the one getting off topic. Oh, no, you're fine. No. Yeah, EMT in that whole category of the people that sounds really weird, but that whole like group of people that do stuff like that do not get enough thinking? Enough preaching. I can't talk. Enough appreciation. I'm sorry. I have a game that you probably never played before. It's on Steam. It's called RWBY Grim Eclipse. Portal 2 makes my brain hurt. All volunteer for fire. I'm currently volunteering for my local ambulance company. Once I get my certification, I'll get paid. Cool. Nice, Daniel. That sounds really good. I can honestly say something. Okay. Ruby. Okay, I figured it was Ruby. I just wasn't sure. Ruby. Oh, right here. Rooster teeth, yeah. That was nice. Yeah. Probably not my kind of game. No offense, just not my kind of game. There's so many other games I've heard of that I've seen. Far Cry 5, however, that does look fun. That looks fun. Or Far Cry 6. I'm sorry, wrong one. Far Cry 6 looks fun. I have Far Cry 5. It's a fighting game. Yeah, I see. It's a 4-player online co-op hack and slash game based upon Rooster Teeth's international hit series Ruby. No, it is RWBY. Ruby, but Ruby. Oh, I misread that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand. Interesting. Just realized I'm still sharing my screen. Oh my god. I'm okay. I don't want to play that. I just got shivers. I don't. Stumble Guys, are you serious? A fun Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout clone, but still needs some work. I'm gonna go ahead and list the. Okay, apparently one of the names that Fall Guy was just gonna be named was Stumble Chums. That's weird. Security breach. No, thank you. Wait, PUBG is now free to play? Or why does it say PUBG Battlegrounds? What is that? That must be something different then. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. I figured. Cyberpunk, no thank you. Devour. Oh, A Way Out. Ooh, that's on sale too. Wait. Does this have remote play? It does. Ooh. It Takes Two is so expensive. How much is that? Is that like $30? Oh, it's $40. Jeez. That hurts. I would love to play that. It looks fun. When it comes to being thanked, we don't know how to react. It's kind of crazy to say, but when it comes to running into a burning building or climbing into a crashed car, we love it. Taking something so wild and taming it, respecting it, is the only job I've ever loved. That's really cool. I got Far Cry 3 on Epic for free. I'm assuming that's supposed to be love or lunch game. I don't know. A few minutes through, game freezes on a cutscene. Not the best experience. My laptop won't even work with Quizlet, let alone trying to play a game on it. Yeah. Hey, if you want a good gaming laptop for pretty inexpensive right now, I would look for like a Dell G7 or a Dell G5 with an i7 9. What is happening to my voice? It's an i7 9750H. And actually, so my sister had just thought it'd be a fun idea to spill chocolate milk all over her current gaming laptop, which wasn't amazing. It had a 2-core 4-thread i5 7th generation that I don't even think it went above 3 gigahertz. Plus only a 1050. And like it was enough to run Minecraft and stuff at okay settings, but for really anything else, it just couldn't do it. So I found her a Dell G5. It has a hard drive, so it has a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 256 gig SSD. So I just swapped out the stuff for what was in her original laptop. So she has all of her stuff, and it has an i7 9750H, which is a 6-core 12-thread. Like that's still really good for games, and boosts around 4 gigahertz, above 4 gigahertz, somewhere around there. And a GTX 1660 Ti for 1080p gaming. That's like amazing. Like I have a it's the one and there's a mobile, but I have a GTX 1660 Ti and I play at 1440p, and it still runs games pretty much just fine. So on 1080p, which is, what'd that be? 3/4 the no, 2/3 the resolution. Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah. Look up Resident Evil Village. I have seen that. I've never played any Resident Evil. I never really been into it. I was stupid enough to have bought a laptop that wasn't meant for gaming. Still regret it. Yeah. Yeah, I wish that laptop was around when I was looking for a laptop. Now, I'm still happy with the one that I have. Well, sort of, to a point. I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend, so basically what ended up happening is my parents paid for it, and I paid them back for it because I needed it for to go to the beach with my dad and work because I was doing online school, and I needed Word because I was doing college. I needed to use Microsoft Word, and we only had Chromebooks that came from the school, and I didn't have any other laptop. So I convinced them, like, hey, if you pay for this now, I already have some money, and I'll pay you back the rest. So that's what ended up happening. It's an HP Envy X360, so it's got a Ryzen 5 4500U, which is a 6-core 6-thread, and it's very power efficient. It's definitely not everything that I would want to be in there. The screen does not get that bright. Plus, I mean, it can play games. Not very well. But it has the Vega integrated graphics. So something like Overcooked 2 or Rocket League runs okay. You have to definitely turn down the resolution, but I mean, I don't really use it for that anyways. It seems like to only run like ass with Quizlet. It's not the fastest, but it hates Quizlet. I have an HP laptop. Yeah, mine's an HP laptop. Probably newer. But yeah, Dell's work. HP's are good. Asus. Do you play controller? I can. I would, if it's a shooting game or anything like that, I definitely would prefer mouse and keyboard because my aim on controller sucks. But if it's just if it's like a racing game, then definitely controller. Or if it's more of a story, like It Takes Two or something like that, then yeah, I would probably use a controller. I need a computer that can run GTA 5 at high graphics, and I'll be happy. Controller plays. Yeah, NASCAR Heat 5. Huh. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Ugh. Let's see, what's on Facebook Marketplace right now? Where are you? Holy, good God. Well, there you go. Whoa. Yeah, here you go. I mean, obviously $900 is expensive, but there you go. That's a Dell G5 RTX 2070 with a Core i7 6-core. $900, which is not cheap, but that's really good for a 2070. Good luck even getting a 2070 normal for $900. All right, Dell gaming laptop. Yeah, I would not get a Dell Inspiron. A 1050 Ti is, well, the thing is, you don't want the i5 because that i5 sucks. It's not good. Upgraded Dell G7. That's pretty good. $600. GTX 1060 Max Q, an i7 8750H, 16 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive, 238 gigabyte SSD, which is weird. Wait, 900. Is a 3050 better than a 2070? I believe so. Let me look this up. Hold on. Well, that's not it. 3050. Yeah, 350. 2070. 2070. Okay, so for desktop, 2070 definitely has a beat. And pretty much everything. So an RTX 3050 is not... Granted, the RTX 3050 is a $250 graphics card. Well, supposed to be. 2070 is a $450 graphics card. Now, like a 3070, which is the competitor for it, which is $50 more, does handily outbeat the 2070. Let's do 3060. That's not that. The normal 3060 alt is just under a 2070. Wait, 900 is the... Hey, I got a Cyberface, the okay game PC, and the frames suck. I paid $1,400 for the computer you have. Oh yes, Dying Light 2 is also... looks fun. Okay, were you the... Oh no, that was not... Okay. I paid $1,400 for this, by the way? What do you mean? Oh, for the site. Yeah, okay. What's in it, though? What is, like, the specifications of it? The CPU and... Just say the CPU and the GPU. What's that? Because guarantee you, if the frames suck, probably a CPU bottleneck, if I had to guess. But I don't know. I don't know, I bought this with everything untouched. Well, a really easy way is to just look in Task Manager. If you right click your taskbar, it'll say Task Manager right there. You click that and then it'll bring up the task thing. You want to click more details. And then you go to Performance and it's right in there. It'll show your CPU and your GPU. So your CPU, mine's Ryzen 9 and GTX 1660 Ti. Dude, I was running on 4-core CPUs before my new CPU. So I originally was running on a Xeon processor out of a workstation. That was what I was originally running my first Twitch streams on. And so that the GTX 1660 Ti, that is still the graphics card that I use today because I got that with a CPU. An okay CPU. It wasn't not anything close to what I have now. But it was all right for what I was running then and what I was used to. And then 16 gigs of DDR3, so that's not good. A 512 gig SSD, which I still have, and it was a 500 gig hard drive, which I did end up getting a 5 terabyte one. The GPU is an AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's like almost comparable, just slightly under a 2070. This, Ryzen 7 3700. That's not right. Okay. What do you mean by your frames are bad? Are you just saying that like they're just low all the time, or is it like super choppy, just like chops in and out, just super inconsistent? and doesn't feel fluid. High-end specs depends on what your version of high-end is. I mean, both of those are still very competent now. Like the 5700 XT is just below a 2070. And guarantee you, yeah, above a 2060. And pretty much meets a 2060 Super. Yeah, it trades blows with that. They're choppy, in other words, not consistent. That is a separate issue. That's not your main components. That could be a RAM issue. If in your memory section of Task Manager, you'll see the speed in the bottom right. What is that? If that's what you're looking at. Because if that's low, yeah, your PC RAM, it might be. But if you, so how much memory do you have? Plus, what is the speed of that memory? It'll say in Task Manager. Because it's possible that's a memory issue. Because with Ryzen, it needs to run, yeah. So it runs, supposed to run a 1-to-1 ratio with the Infinity Fabric, which is what links all the CPU dies or the little chiplets together. Is an Alienware Aura R12 good? Alienware Aura R12. What is in that? Holy good lord, that's expensive. Well, depending, so there's different configurations. So here is the lowest ends with 1650 Super. That's still $1,200 though. And that's not a bad, oh wait, what? Why is that one cheaper? Oh, because that's only a hard drive. Ugh, you don't want that, no. 2400 speed and 16 gigs. I mean, technically that should be fine. Have you in your BIOS, have you enabled DOCP? That could be it. I would, if it were me and I was diagnosing your computer, I would run other things to see if maybe it's a heat issue, to see other options. Also, maybe if it's your storage that's holding it back, because I know that if you're running off of games off of a hard drive, then it can be, and it's a slower hard drive and it needs to render in everything and pull everything off the hard drive, it can stutter too. Usually that's not always happening though. Not a heat issue. So DOCP, depending on what motherboard you have. So if you know what Intel's XMP is essentially their like automatic overclocker sort of for their RAM and everything. Kind of sets everything to a higher profile, makes it run faster. It doesn't always work, but most of the time it does. It'll just run. So in your BIOS, depending on what you have, it'll usually be on the very first page. When you first boot into the BIOS, you press delete or F2 while your system's booting up. And then in there, mine is on the left middle. It'll say DOCP and it'll either say like profile 1 or 2 or disabled. Most likely yours is disabled unless your memory's already at that. I'm in the same boat with my PC. It's supposed to be better, but my PC gets choppy. It's either the graphics card, or RAM, or memory. Well, technically RAM and memory are the same thing, but I'm assuming you mean storage. Yeah. Yeah, there'd be a lot of things to look at also to see if there are any other stuff, if there are any other things running in the background hogging system resources. You can check Task Manager for that. You go to the processes section. I'm not going to try it. That'll maybe give it to a guy that you can see can just work. So the thing about that is you're not going to hurt any of your components. It's very difficult to do that. No, I will highly doubt you would screw something up, because see, if your system can't boot, it can't, like Windows won't load, it'll just boot into recovery and then you boot you right back into the BIOS and you just disable it. I'm guarantee you it will run, unless there's like really crappy memory in there or something, but that's all up to you. It's very easy. It's like 2 clicks. You just go in there. But I understand for people that are not into and knowledgeable about that stuff that it may be kind of scary. It might be bloatware. But I would just check your Task Manager to see what it is and see if it's any of that stuff. But yeah, I don't know what exactly would be causing that, because that is kind of strange. Unless it's possibly some sort of power issue, like maybe there's a limit or something set on something. I'm not sure. That is really weird. It's 5:24 a.m. and I've been up for about 36 hours. My brain is fried. Okay, yeah, you should probably go to bed. No, I'm just saying I'll press something wrong on the BIOS. I mean, they're not. There's always. Oh, I'm assuming. Wait. I don't know if you meant to say your option of resetting or if you do mean resting. I'm confused. Yeah. Well, I should honestly probably get to bed too. Tomorrow I'm going to have to start doing finals. I say finals, but it's really just like quizzes. It's not that bad. I haven't slept for 3 days and I'm still not tired. How the hell are you doing that? I swear, I don't, even if sometimes I get too much sleep and I'm still tired. It's very frustrating. I don't know. Some people are able to do that. I cannot. If I don't get enough sleep, I just can't function. I don't know. I'm not human. Okay. Well, yeah. If you could probably bring it to someone, bring it to a Best Buy or something like that. They could have a look at it. But I would be totally willing to help. Obviously I probably don't live anywhere near you anyways, or you really can't do it over the phone, unless you did like a video chat or something like that, but I would be totally willing to help. I do that stuff a lot, so I know what to look for. But yeah, honestly, if you're looking into getting a computer, the best way to go, just mostly overall, is to build it yourself. I built mine myself. I've had a few issues here and there, but it's mainly been from me futzing with things and trying to boost stuff here and there. But just stock, like, everything runs fine. I need to stay up. Someone's coming over. Oh no. Your body will make you, whether you like it or not. So yeah, I would recommend building your own. Not everyone's comfortable with that, just because the thing is, you can pick exactly what you want. Because when you especially Dell, I would say tends to overprice their stuff pretty overall, their entire store. Building a computer is the best option, but I have no. Well, yeah, that normally helps. Yeah, I understand. But you can pick whatever you want. So if you go to Best Buy or something and you're like, oh well, this meets almost all my check marks, but it doesn't meet this one. Whereas you build your own computer, you can get whatever the heck you want. Because the other thing with buying pre-builts, usually the motherboards in them are terrible. Unless you go really high end, a lot of the mid-range stuff, the motherboards are awful. And I don't mean performance-wise. I mean in I/O, in just the expandability of it. They just are terrible. So like my motherboard here, I spent more on. It's like a $380 motherboard, something like that, $400, close to that. And it wasn't just, I mean, yes, it has better power delivery and stuff like that, although Ryzen doesn't pull nearly as much as Intel does. But it was for all the USB ports. There's tons of USB ports on the back. A lot of them were 10 gig, and the rest of them were 5 gig, plus 2.5 gigabit LAN, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, all that. I think Micro Center stores better option for everything. Yeah, Micro Center. I've never actually been able to go to one. I don't even think there's anywhere I live or anywhere close by. Yeah, Micro Center is pretty good. There's usually always someone there that mostly knows what they're talking about. Computers to me have always been, well, not always, but for a while have always been fun, and looking at the new stuff and just imagining what I could do, if I had money. Hey, look at all this cool server stuff I can build with this imaginary money that I totally have. To be real though, it has really been kind of depressing lately. When you're going through certain parts of your life and just like it's one bad thing after another, you're like, what? Why the hell is this happening to me? It's just one after another. I mean, it's just like demonetized with YouTube, now not able to get paid, and then having issues with family, and then now school starting back up, and it's just a ton of stuff was happening. Yeah, they got everything. At least the one I went to, no 3090. So yeah, the Rose Micro Center is 5 hours and 15 minutes away. Oof, yeah, that's a ways away. Be fun to go look around in there. Not that I have any money to spend, but anyways. All right, well, I should probably go to bed. It's like 2:30 in the morning for me, and yeah, I should do that. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. It was fun. I enjoyed a lot of this. All of it, actually. The beginning was sort of depressing, but oh well. So yeah, if anyone didn't catch it, I know, buddy, I've been going through the same crap. Yeah. I feel like a lot of us have been, I feel like many people have been way more depressed lately than ever, just from all the stuff going on. It's very frustrating. Anyways, so yeah, just touching on the fact that in a couple days there's going to be no more of the 3 Beans in a Pod on my channel. They'll be on the other channel, so they'll still be available. You can still watch them. They'll just be on the other channel. I'm gonna go play Forza later. Okay, have fun. Life ain't fair, man. Just gravity pulls us down. It is crazy, and so much has changed. I don't even know how I got to be 18. Like, seriously. Depression hits hard. Depression hits hard. We gotta look out for each other. Yeah. I swear, it doesn't even feel like I'm an adult. obviously 18's just a number, but you know, I thought it'd feel like, man, I can go do all this stuff now, but really it doesn't feel like any of that. It just kind of feels like, great, now I have to pay for more stuff. But yeah, fun stuff. Anyways, now for hopefully the real time is I need to get to bed because I need to sleep. Like the stream, by the way. Man, I'll be 30 in November. It's crazy to me. Lo-fi community, your nicest community out there. Just go read their comments. Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, truly does. I was depressed for over 2 years, and now I'm still working through a ton. Yeah. Well, I hope you all have a good rest of your night or day, whichever one it is. And yeah, I will see you all later and try and power through this stuff. It get better eventually. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it does get better. It's very depressing, I know, but at some point it will change. That's all we can really look forward to, unfortunately. But yeah. All right, good night. Sorry to end it on a depressing note, but that's just kind of what happened. All right, I'll see you later. I will hopefully stream later this week. I'm hoping Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday. So yeah. All right. Thank you, buddy. Everybody so much for watching the stream. And thank you everybody so much for watching the stream. And I will see all of you later. Bye-bye.